Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Creatives Worldwide podcast. And this is our fourth episode. We just started almost a month ago. And so we're all excited. We've got all these great guests coming up, and we've got an amazing guest today. But first, I want to say hello to my co host, Karen Rios, and my cousin. Hey, Karen.
Hi there, Wendy. It's nice to be here.
Nice to be here. But she's not only a photographer, she's a remote photographer. And I don't see her anymore. I mean, I see her, I don't see her video anymore. But anyway, so hi, Karen. Hi, Lauren. Are you there? Oh, there we go.
I'm not sure what just happened.
I'm not sure either. That is very interesting. Both of you all went out. Okay, so here. Right. We're back. Yes. Okay. So welcome to the podcast, Laura. It's great to have you here. Great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. She is not only a photographer, but she is a remote photographer. And you may not have heard too much about remote photographers, but you're going to learn all about it and learn what Laura has done this past few years. I have known her for maybe 2 or 3 years. And she's an amazing individual in addition to being a great photographer. So the first thing I want to do is, your story is great, as far as how you started this whole business of yours of remote photography. Can you help share that with us?
Yes, absolutely. So I have had multiple careers, but about 4 years ago, I decided to take the leap into entrepreneurship. And when you do that, you have to figure out what you're actually going to do for a business. And that can be the biggest step. So I actually experimented with a variety of things, but I have always had a love for photography. I've been the photographer in the family, taking pictures whenever we get together for decades. That's just been a passion of mine. And for some reason, I had never done it as my career, but it just came to me that this is it. This is what I should be doing. I love taking pictures of people, especially. And the minute I decided that, I shared it with one of my friends, and she said, "You should check out this virtual photographer on Instagram." And I had never heard of virtual photography at the time. And so I took a look, I saw what she was doing, and I knew that was what I should be doing. And so I taught myself how to do virtual photography, and I've been doing it full time for almost 3 years now. And it's amazing. I'm just sitting here taking pictures of people all over the world, and I absolutely love it.
That is so amazing. Just that whole concept of being able to be sitting in your home, in your comfortable home, and then taking photo shoots of people all over the world. So
Yeah.
can you share with us your goal that you recently achieved?
Yes. So when I started the business, I had a business coach, and she said, "You should really have a vision for your business." And so I thought, what if I made it my vision to do a virtual photo shoot on every single continent? And so that was my goal. And it took the whole time since I started my business. I achieved that goal last November with a final photo shoot in Antarctica. That was my final continent.
Wow.
And that's when I hit all 7 continents with a virtual photo shoot. That was so exciting. I'll never forget that experience. Plus, I didn't know that much about Antarctica, and I learned a lot because that photo shoot was with a research scientist. And so he talked about what he was doing there. There was a bird that landed right next to him, and he had never seen one that close, and we got a picture with it. It was just really neat to have that experience.
Wow, that is so amazing. And so then that means you've you've had a photo shoot in Africa too. You must have had, wow, that's just so
In
amazing.
Zambia.
Zambia. Okay.
Yes.
So now you'll have to have a goal now of, instead of continents, since you already achieved that one now, how about all 50 states of the US or?
Right. I know. I actually haven't figured out what my next goal is. That one was so fun and I loved it. So I'm working on that. If you have any ideas.
Just really quickly, what has been your favorite subject to photograph. I know Antarctica was really, really exciting, but for all of the elements that you have to put together to create that shot, that perfect shot, I guess, do you have like a favorite or a favorite experience that you can talk about?
Yeah, what I really love just as a photographer, I focus on taking pictures of entrepreneurs, business owners, brand photos. You know, that's kind of what you call it, brand photography. That's my focus. But what I really love are those moments between those poses. So of course you want to get certain shots, but then I just keep clicking. And I mean, I can easily take 1,000 photos in a photo shoot, but it's those special pictures that happen. Maybe we were just chatting and somebody said something funny and we were both laughing. I'll take a picture and those are the best photos. Just people feeling totally natural and comfortable and just being their authentic selves. And that's what I love to capture.
Yes, you said, I have heard you say joy is a very important word in your brandings. And it is because you're always joyful just in your life. So,
I try. That is a big focus of my life. And that's why if you look at my social media website, you'll see the color yellow popping up because I believe that's the color of joy. So that's why I picked that as my brand color. But I do love just capturing joyful images. And I think it helps people to see themselves in a way they haven't before, especially when, they're just feeling so relaxed and they're having that fun moment. uh, we don't have a lot of pictures like that of ourselves. We're doing the selfie and we're all careful about it and getting good angles. So it helps when somebody else is doing all that work and you can just enjoy it. But that really is my favorite part, is just capturing that joy that I see in people.
oh,
Um,
well, so,
Sorry.
oh,
Well, I was just going to say, I just wanted to say for anybody who is watching or anybody who's going to see the replay, if you look at the wall behind Laura, I mean, those are her subjects, and you can tell there's a difference between a smile, and there's definitely a difference between what you have produced. It is very contagious. It makes me want to smile. It makes me feel different and happier to see what is captured behind you. So I'm so glad you have those representations. Yeah.
yes. And Laura and I did a little photo shoot too a year or so ago. And it was around the time when I had just strained my hamstring on one of my my
I remember
legs.
that.
Remember that? So we're just trying to get around the house, and the actual activity it really was fun because I was just sitting around and being hurt with all of my hamstring injury pains. But then Laura came in and she just made the day so much more special, definitely, because it was fun. She made it fun. And oh, somebody's here. Okay, so she made it fun, and so it was a whole fun experience. So when you actually sit down with her and do a photo shoot, it's a great experience because she's just funny and fun and laughs and everything. She has you laugh too.
I try. I have
Yes.
some jokes in my back pocket.
I guess. But
I'm
could
so
you?
glad you had fun with it. That's my goal, because I think photo shoots can be a little overwhelming, kind of uncomfortable. A lot of people don't like their picture being taken. It's just the reality. And so I try to just totally transform that into an experience that is enjoyable, that you actually want to do again.
Right.
And you love the images that came from it. So I think photo shoots can be absolutely amazing, and they have been transformational for so many people that I've worked with that have never had a good photo shoot experience before this. It's
Huh.
common. And so that makes me sad, because a photo shoot should really just celebrate you and capture your light. And so if any photographers are watching this, work really hard to do that. It's important.
Can you explain the whole virtual photography thing? Like, how does that work? The technology. I mean, I know because
Yeah.
I did it, but for anyone who's never,
I don't. So
yes.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a pretty simple process. There is a free photo shoot app that my clients, they just download it to their phone. And that when we join that photo session together through the app, it allows me to take pictures through their phone. So it's usually set up on a tripod, and that, helps it be stable, get the clearest photos. And then they can't see me, but I'm talking the entire photo shoot, guiding them every step of the way, helping the phone be set up in the right place for great lighting, great background, talking through different poses. So you don't have to know how to pose. You don't have to know how to move. I'll tell you everything. And if you don't mind the sound of my voice, because that's the whole photo shoot, is you just hear me talking. I do encourage my clients to have their favorite music quietly in the background, because I think that adds some good energy to it. But the photo shoot happens, and then the photos actually don't sit on their phone. They download to me on my computer. And so then I go through, choose the best ones, professionally edit them, and I send my clients their full gallery, and they just pick their favorites. So it's a really simple process, and you can literally be anywhere that you have Wi-Fi or data connection. That's all you need for this photo shoot.
That is unbelievable. I don't know why there aren't many more of you types of virtual photographers. It just seems so, it would be so much easier than like my son is a wedding photographer, and that is hard work.
Yeah, and you can't do that virtually. You're moving around way too much.
Way too much. I told him about you, like when I first met you, and he was like, that's interesting. Like he hadn't heard about it before.
Yeah.
So
I think some people tried it during COVID. But yeah, not a lot of people have done it full time like I do.
Wow, that's amazing. I also wanted to say hi. Hi, Dr. Annika. How are you? Saw her coming. Didn't want to ignore her, but let's see. Do you have any other questions, Karen, that you wanted to ask? If you could tell us a little bit about your family. I think your family is very unique and very story, like very. I think people would really enjoy hearing about your family.
Yeah. So, in addition to my virtual photography business, I homeschool our 2 teenage sons, and they joined our family through adoption from China. And around a long story, obviously, this could be like a whole book, but my husband and I lived in China, and we learned a lot about the culture and had lots of friends there. And about a decade later is when we adopted, and we love incorporating that into our family and just celebrating all the holidays together and staying connected. And so that's really important. So we are really a Chinese American family and have,
Awesome.
different decorations, and we've got Chinese language lessons happening every week. But it's just an amazing experience to homeschool as well. I'm learning right alongside my kids, and it's an adventure. I'll call it that.
I'm a homeschool mom as well, and I love it. I love what she's learning. I love the process of learning. It's really, really cool. So yeah. How old are your boys?
I've got a 6th grader and a 9th grader.
Okay.
So when you adopted them, how old were they?
They were both 9 when they joined our family, just a couple years apart.
Oh,
so it's kind of the fast track of parenting. I skipped all the younger years, and I already have teenagers, and one becoming a young adult. Like it's pretty crazy, but good. Life is full, and we are living every minute of it.
Excellent. And your husband is a church choir director or music director?
He's actually a full-time music teacher at a Christian high school in our town. And we are also involved in our church. I do a lot of church music. I have a homeschool choir that I started myself for all the homeschool families in my community. So our family is a huge music family. This is, a big part of our life as well. Our walls are covered in instruments. Our house is full of music.
Excellent. So you were a definite good person to come here on the Creative Entrepreneurs.
Oh, lots of creativity happening.
Well,
yes, I see you, Laura.
Oh no.
Yeah, I see you, Laura.
Pause. It's okay.
If you have any advice or wisdom or insights for anyone who is considering becoming a creative entrepreneur, like they might be creative, but they're not using it as a side hustle or full hustle like you are, but any tips or anything that could inspire someone to become or improve their entrepreneurial um, journey through creativity?
Yeah, and I was thinking about this, and being a creative entrepreneur is a different journey than other business owners. Our brains are a little different, and we move through life a little differently, which is awesome. And my advice is to do it in a way that brings you joy, because there are a lot of ways to run a business. There's so many different things you can do, the ways that you can do marketing, all of the things, the client journey. But it's okay to set it up in a way that's unique to you and your gifts and your personality. When I started off my entrepreneur journey, I was following all the big names and taking the business classes and doing all the things and trying to do what they do, but it wasn't joyful for me. And I had to realize, okay, my journey looks different. um, Especially I'm homeschooling, I'm not putting in full days working on my photography business. And I had to be okay with how I do things being different than how I see other people doing them. And so I really had to create my own path for my business, but it took a few years to figure that out. So, yeah, just look for ways that bring you joy in every facet of your business.
I
That's
love
my
that.
advice.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, I was going to say that's so wise, but I also think you're bringing up something else so key, and that is there is no like microwave way to start a business. It has to be organic. And I love the fact that you said it took years, because I think a lot of times you think, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to be an instant success, and I don't think it ever, really works that way. I'm not saying it can't happen, but usually it's because you learn so much about yourself through that process as well. But I just love the fact that you said it takes time. It's a nice reminder.
Yeah, and it's so true. You do learn so much about yourself and, you know, about how you work best with people, with processes, all of the things. And yeah, it's an incredible journey. I'm going to keep learning every single day, which is fun. I like it. Maybe that's part of being a homeschool mom, but I just love learning these things.
Awesome. I was gonna ask you if you could show us some of your, like if you wanted to show us a closer view of your wall, or if you have
Oh,
something that you could share your screen or something that
I
you
don't know.
show.
Let's see. Can you see some of these pictures here?
Look at their faces. Looks like.
Yeah. So this was the first art I've made with my photography, and it was just a really cool moment for me to get this. It's a 5 by 3 foot canvas print that I made. I put this collage together, and then I ordered this print, and just like standing next to it, it was taller than my youngest son at the time, and I think Karen mentioned too, just looking at it just kind of brings you joy. It can't be helped. And I love having this as my background because it does just inspire me, having all these smiles behind me and having this art. And so I'm wondering if I should make another one and have kind of the double sides here. So I'm
Right.
surrounded because I have
Exactly.
more people that I've taken photos of. So yeah, I just loved that project.
I see a couple of people that I know.
I think so, yes.
Oh my
Well,
goodness. I think I do too.
you do?
Yeah. There's a face or two that I think I recognize. Yeah.
Probably.
Really?
I can send you a close-up picture after this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Have you done any photography shoots in Richmond? Because that's
That's where I'm from. I know, but yeah.
Oh,
In Richmond, Virginia.
I don't think Richmond specifically, but definitely in that area, I've done a lot of photo shoots, virtually, of course.
Really?
I would
Oh,
love to go in person. I haven't been there very often, but I know it's a beautiful area.
definitely. Cool.
Yeah, I love it. So when you do a brand, how would somebody go about getting you, Laura, to photograph them?
Yeah, so we first have what I call a vision call. So once they've reached out, they're interested in a photo shoot, they figure out what type of photo shoot works best for them. I like to have a vision call so I can just really dive in and learn more about them, learn about their business. We start brainstorming locations, types of shots that they want for their brand. And that just helps me really have a better vision of what these photos will look like. And then I can start mapping it out from there. So there are a few steps for a brand shoot that are in place to really help the photos tell their story and showcase, what they're doing through their business. So it could just be such a variety. If you're in fitness, we could just have you in your gym doing some of your workout, take action shots, things like that. There was one person who did a lot of nature retreats. So she was actually in a redwood forest in her photo shoot. It was amazing. I felt like I was there. It was so cool. And so just getting that conversation going, that story, so we can tell their story through images. So I really get to know my clients well through the process. I've become friends with so many of them just because we really connect through this journey together for their brand photo shoot. It's more than, just showing up on the day and taking photos. For one of my packages, they actually meet with a virtual stylist as well. So that's one, if you have no idea what to wear, I don't either. So that's why I work with the amazing Courtney Robinson. I'll give her a shout out. And she meets with those clients for that particular package and just helps them feel comfortable and confident and ready to go. So all of those things are in place to have it be just a smooth and interesting and confidence building experience.
Awesome. You did a couple of me with my clarinet.
Yeah, that was fun. We just kind of like, let's pull that in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this has been a great interview, and it's been amazing getting to see you again. I hadn't seen you in a little while, so I was glad that you were able to do this little podcast interview, and I just knew that you would bring in a lot of joy.
Oh, thank you, Wendy, and thank you, Karen. I have just loved talking with both of you today.
Thank you so much. You definitely have such beautiful energy. It's been great having you. So thank you.
Annika, she's here. Yay. Uh-oh, you're muted. Did you say something? Maybe she did. I think she was just saying hello. Oh, you're still muted. Can't hear you. Oh, she's saying hello, I'm sure. She's from Sweden.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've done a photo shoot in Sweden, so that would be fun.
New goal. There it is.
Right.
If I do like this, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yay. Hi.
Hi. All the way from Sweden.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Yay, nice to meet you.
Nice to hear you about your work.
Yes, definitely contact. We'll have her links and things on the YouTube when we upload the replay on YouTube. And then, so if you're here on Be Connected watching the replay, just go ahead and click on that middle button on the left, and where it has her name, and it'll take you to her website, and then they'll be able to contact you that way, right?
Yes. Yep. A contact form is on there if they want to reach out, schedule a coffee chat. I love connecting with people and getting to know them.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much, Laura, for coming. So we appreciate you, and thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming, Dr. Annika, and for watching the replay. And we will see you next week when we're going to have a jewelry maker. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, so thanks so much for coming, and we will see you next week. Bye.